Okay, so this is going to be my contest response for LouRok TV. He has asked people to put together an all-time greats baseball team of rookie cards that you have in your collection, and gave it a lot of thought actually. So some of these guys, yeah, it was tough, but I did come up with a roster of 26, and my starting lineup is pretty right-handed heavy, but I do have a couple of switch hitters I've spaced evenly in there for strategic reasons. And the top of my order is basically I went with disruption, on base, hits, speed, making a starting pitcher twitch. So my top three guys have all that criteria. And leading off, of course, is going to be Ricky Henderson. You're probably going to see Ricky on a lot of people's all-time greats rookie card team. So he's going to be leading off and playing left field. And batting second and in center field, arguably the greatest baseball player of all time, Willie Mays. So I'll put him there. Batting third is my first switch hitter and kind of a utility guy because he could play a lot of different infield positions and some of the outfield. He's going to slap the ball around for sure. And it is going to be Pete Rose as my second baseman, batting third. So two righties followed by a switch hitter. And so he's going to be playing second base. How can I do this? All right, batting cleanup and playing first base. I went with a modern guy. I went with Albert Pujols. The guy's an absolute monster. First ballot Hall of Famer. And how much more can you say about Pujols? But he's going to be starting and playing first base for me. Batting fifth and in right field, Hammer and Hank. So put him out there in right field. And my batting sixth is my catcher. And I chose Mike Piazza because I don't have a Johnny Bench rookie card. But you know what? You can make a case for Piazza being one of the best catchers or the best catcher of all time too, I suppose. But anyway, I went with him. He's going to start. He's my starting catcher. I'm going to do a better job here because I'm running out of room quick. So I guess I'll kind of do that there. And batting seventh is my DH. And I went with Mickey Mantle. So he'll be my designated hitter. Batting eighth and playing third base, Mike Schmidt. I actually gave some thought to Brooks Robinson, but he was more of an elite defender. But the stats, Schmidt's offensive stats blow his away. So I went with Schmidt here, and a lot of people I'm seeing Mike Schmidt as their best third baseman. So he's playing third, and at shortstop, number two, Derek Jeter, number two. And so I thought about Ripken, I thought about Ozzie Smith, and although probably better defenders, Jeter's offensive numbers are just way up there. So I did pick Jeter for my shortstop and batting ninth. So I kind of have some speed at the bottom of the lineup, and it carries back over to the top of the lineup with Henderson, Mays, and Pete Rose. Now, when I assembled my starting pitching, I went with intimidation. The kind of guys that, when you're in the batter's box, you already got a turtle head peeking out. By the time you step in, you pretty much shit your pants. And my number one starter is going to be Nolan Ryan. So he's my number one all-time great starting pitcher. And my number two starter on this elite squad is going to be Roger Clemens. So along those same lines of intimidation, number three is going to be Koufax. Number four, this guy will take your head off, Bob Gibson. Number four starter. And number five is, a guy who, honestly, the Cy Young Award really should be called the Walter Johnson Award because his numbers are just ridiculous. Now, he's not so much of an intimidator relative, to fastball velocity. He threw only in the low 90s, but back when he played, that was probably like seeing 100 miles per hour because guys just didn't throw like he did. So he's my 5th starter. And this is his rookie card, so I actually wanted to make sure I played by the rules, and I included only rookie cards. So Walter Johnson is going to be my 5th starter. And talking about the bullpen. All right, so I went with a 4-5-man bullpen here. And so starting off is going to be my long man. In the unlikely case one of my starters gets knocked out early, I went with Greg Maddox. All right, so he is the complete opposite of everybody I have, including my bullpen guys coming up. He was just more crafty and wasn't really known for blowing people away. But he certainly put up the numbers. So Greg Maddox is going to be my long man out of the bullpen. And then now we're going to get into probably possibly the filthiest bullpen in Major League history. We're going to start off with Goose Gossage, kind of like my middle innings guy. This guy used to be able to. He used to throw 3-inning saves back when he earned his saves. This guy, so he definitely he brought gas. And the next guy on my pen, I guess we'll call him my righty specialist, and that's going to be Dennis Eckersley, situational guy. And my lefty specialist, I went with the current guy, and I don't have this card graded yet, but I'm going with Aroldis Chapman for my situational lefty. And you want to talk about bringing it. This guy's throwing 100. I don't know if he still throws over 100 consistently, but he definitely brings the gas. And my closer is going to be, and I'm pretty sure this qualifies as a rookie card. I guess we'll call this Topps flagship. It's Mariana Rivera. Now, how about this guy? The guy threw one pitch basically his entire career. Everybody knew what was coming, and nobody could hit it. And when they thought they could hit it, he sawed their bat in half. And so you're never going to see another guy like this. Just unbelievable. And to think that he and Jorge Posada were almost traded to the Orioles back in 1996 for David Wells. I mean, what could have been? Oh, my goodness. Thank God I think Gene Michael got on the phone and said, what are you, crazy? This guy's throwing like 97, 98 down at AAA. So that would have been one hell of a... Well, who knows how that would have worked out. But anyway, Mariano Rivera is my closer for my all-time team. Now I'm going to get into the bench guys. And this is probably the hardest part because, there's so many great players out there. And I had to go with a backup catcher. And so I first went with Joe Torre. And then I started doing a little more research, and I thought, well, Munson is kind of like the Yankees goggles I'm wearing there. So I ultimately decided on Gary Carter for my backup catcher just because of his offensive numbers. So he's my backup catcher. And then I have one of my lefties off the bench, speedy, high average hits, Ichiro Suzuki. It's one of my lefties off the bench. Ken Griffey Jr. He just couldn't leave this guy off. You got a lot of outfielders here, but some of these guys could move over to first and, play some other positions potentially. All right, and so this was a tough call. I had a few guys in mind, but I just think this guy is so legendary. And, yeah, I'm a Yankees guy. I had to include Joe DiMaggio. Now, this is considered a rookie card, first mainstream rookie card. Now, he has that worldwide gum card, which is a great card, by the way, from 36. But that was widely distributed in Canada, not so much in the U.S. So my understanding is this is viewed as his first, I guess, legitimate rookie card of the 38 Gaudy heads up. And this one has the cartoons on the front. So Joe D, backup outfielder. This next guy, I went with. At first, I was considering A-Rod, but you know what? With the exception of the home run total, this guy here is pretty damn close, and you got to give respect to someone who played clean and compiled the numbers he did. And I'm going with Frank Robinson as my 5th bench guy. I got 7 guys I'm carrying on the bench, So I'm carrying one less pitcher than would be typical. But so Frank Robinson also on the bench. And then got to go with Trout. Another backup outfielder. And then my other lefty on the bench is a guy who, when he started playing, looked like Chris Rock. And, by the time he finished his career, he looked more like Billy Blanks. And you know who that is. It's Barry Bonds. And he's my other lefty off the bench. I mean, these guys could just flat out mash. So there is my team. I'm trying to organize this a little bit better here. And my contest response to LouRok TV, who came up with such a creative sort of concept, it sucked me in because I never do contests. Anyway. So there you have it. I'm going to lay out my bullpen guys over here. And, my all-time greats, rookie card team, rookie cards that I have in my collection. One last look. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later.